Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. The cool winter air fontaine bites at your skin as you stand in front of the grand entrance of the house. You've been sent here on behalf of your people. Unusual mission really, given that mostly you would stay in hiding. But this time, it was unavoidable. The Fatui's growing influence in the region has become a threat, and a peaceful agreement needed to be reached. They had not seen the elves yet, but soon they would, and you would rather they do that now, while you're prepared, than catch you off guard. You've heard stories about Arlecchino, the knave, the cold and ruthless leader of the orphans who served the Fatui. She was also a diplomat. From everything you've gathered, she's a woman who was not to be taken lightly. But there was no turning back now. And so, you took a deep breath and stepped through the heavy doors into the dimly lit interior. The hall is grand, draped in red and black banners. The colors of the Fatui, but it feels eerily quiet. Your footsteps echo as you approach the end of the room, where Arlecchino is seated behind a large desk, her gaze fixed on a stack of papers. The light from the fire casts shadows on her sharp features, making her appear even more intimidating than you expected. Her eyes flicker up to you the moment you enter, and you feel the weight of her gaze immediately. You stand tall, trying to mask the nervousness bubbling inside you. You are an elf, after all, a race known for its dignity and grace, even in the face of a powerful enemy. Before she can say a single word, you step forward cautiously and start. I'm here on behalf of my people to discuss the recent actions of the Fatui in our region. Arlecchino waves a hand, cutting you off. Yes, the diplomatic pleasantries. We'll get to that in a moment, she says, rising from her seat, her eyes narrowing slightly as they travel over you, lingering on your pointed ears. You are an elf. Her tone is not accusatory, but there is something in the way she says that makes you feel as though she's assessing you, weighing you up. You instinctively reach up and tuck a strand of hair behind one of your ears, suddenly self-conscious about something that has always been a part of you. I am? Is that a problem? She steps closer, her gaze never leaving you, and you can't help but notice the subtle amusement flickering in her eyes. Not at all. It's simply just that I've never seen one of your kind up close. There is a curiosity in her tone that you did not expect. A far cry from the cold, calculating demeanor you had heard so much about. It unsettles you, though not entirely in a bad way. You have not? Not even once? I thought the Fatui had dealings with all kinds of people. Arlecchino smirks slightly, her lips curving in a way that makes it feel as though she knows something you don't. We do. But elves tend to stay in their forests, don't they? Away from the rest of the world. Quiet, detached. You frown at that, feeling a slight sting at her words. We're not detached. We just value our privacy. Arlecchino's smile grows, and she takes another step closer, circling you now, like a predator sizing up its prey. Privacy, yes, but it's interesting. You're different. You're not like the rest. I'm here because I believe in protecting my people. That's not so different from what you do. She stops in front of you, her gaze softening slightly. I can't say you're wrong, but I protect those under my care in a different way. Her eyes flicker to your ears again, and for a moment, she almost reaches out to touch them before stopping herself. You intrigue me. You blink, caught off guard by the sudden shift in her tone. I intrigue you? She nods. I've seen many things in my time, but never someone like you. You elves are graceful, yes, like the stories say. But I'm sure there's more to you than that. Strength. Well, I can see it in your eyes. The compliment takes you by surprise. You're not really sure how to respond. No one has ever looked at you like this. And you're not really sure whether you like it or not. I'm just doing my duty, you say softly, feeling your resolve waver under the intensity of her gaze. Arlecchino's smile softens into something more genuine, though there's still a glint of amusement in her eyes. Maybe so, but I can see why they sent you. You open your mouth to respond, but the words catch in your throat as she steps even closer. So close now that you can feel the warmth radiating from her body. I'll tell you what. I'll listen to your concerns about the Fatui, and I'll give you a good deal too. But in return, I expect you to tell me more about yourself and your kind. You stare at her, unsure of how to respond, the flutter of nerves from earlier replaced by something else. Something that feels dangerously like excitement. There's no denying it now. Arlecchino is more than just curious. She's intrigued by you, captivated in a way that she has never been before. And as her eyes meet yours again, that familiar smirk tugging at her lips, you realize, with a sudden clarity, that Arlecchino's not going to let you leave. No, not at all. Not without you giving her exactly what she wants.